satellite orbital rocket Vikram-1 developed by the Hyderabad headquartered space startup Skyroot. Now, the company had developed powerhouse motor Kalam 1200 for Vikram-1 infused with the ability to lift this rocket. Let's take a look at a report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Skyroot Aerospace's Infinity Campus in Hyderabad, unveiling Vikram-1. It is recognized as India's first privately developed orbital launch vehicle capable of placing satellites into orbit. Vikram-1 is a technological marvel designed to carry payloads of around 300 kgs to low Earth orbit. The Vikram series, named after Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, has been developed to capture the multi-million-dollar small satellite launch market. Addressing the event virtually, the Prime Minister said that the country is witnessing an unprecedented opportunity in the space sector.
साथियों, आज देश स्पेस सेक्टर में एक अभूतपूर्व अवसर का साक्षी बन रहा है। आज भारत के स्पेस इकोसिस्टम में प्राइवेट सेक्टर बड़ी उड़ान भर रहा है।
He also recalled the earlier times when parts of a rocket were carried on a cycle.
वो भी एक जमाना था, एक साइकिल पर रॉकेट का हिस्सा ले जाने से लेकर दुनिया के सबसे भरोसेमंद लॉन्च व्हीकल तक भारत ने सिद्ध किया है कि सपनों की ऊंचाई संसाधन से नहीं, संकल्प से तय होती है।
At the inauguration, he praised India's youth for utilizing every opportunity.
भारत का युवा देश हित को सर्वोपरि रखकर चलता है। वो हर अवसर का सही इस्तेमाल करता है।
The Prime Minister also highlighted how India's private space talent is making its mark globally.
भारत का प्राइवेट स्पेस टैलेंट पूरी दुनिया में अपनी अलग पहचान बना रहा है। आज ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए भारत का स्पेस सेक्टर एक अट्रैक्टिव डेस्टिनेशन बन रहा है।
The inauguration of Skyroot Aerospace's Infinity Campus while unveiling Vikram-1 is a proud moment for India as it places the country among the global leaders in satellite deployment technology.
Taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen, in Karnataka there's complete chaos. We'll tell you all about the political drama in Karnataka and why it's the people who are suffering, even as the Congress remains indecisive.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested, they would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today we have seen the white-collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का, उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं।
Investigators have identified Maulvi Irfan Wagha, also known as Imam Irfan, from Shopian in South Kashmir, as the mastermind who blended his dual identity, that of a preacher and healthcare worker, to influence and radicalize the educated youth.
The accusation against him is completely baseless. He had been there for 7 years, offering prayers, conducting religious classes, and teaching children at the religious center. He would come only occasionally.
We had no idea about the allegations against him, but we don't believe them. He is a good person. We don't know anything else.
TVS Motor Company presents the Republic Business India Economic Summit on the 28th of November 2025, live from Republic Media Network headquarters in Noida. This year, we spotlight a defining idea shaping our future, India's global moment. A full day of insight, leadership and decisive conversations that map India's role on the world stage. Join us only on Republic.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है।
अरे मेरे राजा
राजा हार्डकोर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी। अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested, they would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का, उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर आप
India's growth, if it has to get into a 5 trillion and subsequently a $10 trillion economy by 2047, has to be driven by the private sector. And the government role has to be just that of a facilitator and catalyst. And we have a very vibrant, dynamic private sector. We should just unleash the energy of the private sector by good policy decisions. That's important.
from Asia's largest news headquarters. Setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the Thursday edition of 6 Stories at 6 with me, Tanisha Awasthi. Let's get you the 6 stories that have set the agenda today. First, we start with the Republic World Exclusive, where over the rumors of if Imran Khan is alive or not, Republic has now spoken to Imran Khan's sister, and she has some startling revelations to make. Meanwhile, in Rohtak, negligence has claimed life of a 16-year-old national-level basketball player. The player's father and the coach have now spoken out and blamed the government for the dire negligence. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated Skyroute's Infinity campus by unveiling Vikram 1 rocket. We will tell you on how this is a big leap for India in the space sector. In Karnataka, ladies and gentlemen, the murmurs on who will be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka goes on. It remains intact. Both camps have been tight-lipped, but the back-to-back meetings are telling a completely different story. Is there a big change that we will see in the coming days? In news that have now made international headlines, National Guard soldiers were shot in targeted attack near the White House. Trump has now branded it a terror attack. Also, what is making international headlines is the burning housing complex in Hong Kong. It was not just any other building that was set ablaze. 44 people have been dead, whereas 279 people are still reported missing. Getting you all the updates on that story as well. 6 stories that have set the agenda. Let's deep dive into each one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Imran Khan has been trending topic for the past 2 days over unverified claims of his ill health, of his death after a source-based Afghan media reported claimed that he was killed inside the Adiala jail. Meanwhile, dismissing speculation over the condition of imprisoned former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, Adiala jail administration has said that he had been moved out of the facility, adding that he was in a good health and that the death rumors were baseless. We, ladies and gentlemen, spoke to Imran Khan's sister, and she had some very startling revelations to make. Here's what she said.
Late into the night of 26th November, a swarm of protesters backing Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan gathered outside the Adiala jail in Rawalpindi. The issue was made into headlines when Prime Minister Imran Khan's 3 sisters demanded an impartial probe into the quote-unquote brutal police assault on them and their supporters. In a bid to prevent the crowd from moving towards the main gate, the police took Imran Khan's sister, Alima Khan, into custody. The rumors surfaced and spread like wildfires after a handle claimed that, according to credible sources, the former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan had been quote-unquote murdered in Adiala jail. Meanwhile, further updates tell us that Imran Khan's party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or the PTI, have started gathering outside the Adiala jail.
Adiala jail के बाहर काफी जोश खरोश है, आप देख सकते हैं मनाज़िर। जेल का टाटला टूटे गए, इमरान खान साहब के हवाले में हक में नारेबाजी हो रही है और बड़ी तादाद में इस वक्त धरने में शुरका मौजूद हैं। बैरिस्टर गोल्डी खान, अलीमा खान साहब और जो है पाकिस्तान तहरीक-ए-इंसाफ के जो सीनियर रहनुमा है वो सारे इस वक्त इस प्रोटेस्ट में मौजूद हैं। ये आप देख सकते हैं मनाज़िर, सारे पाकिस्तान तहरीक-ए-इंसाफ के तमाम MNAs MPAs, ये आप इस वक्त अडियाला जेल के मनाज़िर आपको हम दिखा रहे हैं।
Alima Khan, sister of former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, took a sharp jibe at Pakistan's justice system.
Who's really responsible? Right. Ms. Khan, you are talking about the immunity that has been granted to the Field Marshal, who's technically also going to be the Chief of Defence Force, which means for lifetime he's got almost immunity. Do you believe that Imran Khan is now becoming a threat to the Field Marshal here and the Pakistani army could be really behind this?
Imran Khan has always spoken about three things. When he's asked for protest, when he's asked his people to protest, he said, you stand up for your own rights. And he's always said, even the protest, the objectives of the protest was for the rule of law, for democracy, and for human rights. And he's always he's brought awareness to the people that you have a right in this country. 250 million people should have rights. And where have you ever heard of such immunities being given to themselves? It's not, you go above the law. So this is modern times with the population with 55-60% young population. And you're telling them that you're using a script from 5-6 decades old script in which there were times when you had dictators give themselves immunity. But obviously they haven't read history and what happens to such people. So if he's envisioning himself, Imran Khan always says everything is under Asim law. There are two names you are not allowed to take in public. One is Imran Khan and one is Asim Munir.
Okay.
Like if you take Imran Khan's name, it's banned from mainstream media. You can't show his picture, you cannot discuss him. So who's banning him? And the other person, if you say anything against him or you criticize him, is Asim Munir. That's it. So in such conditions, it's not sustainable.
Why suddenly would they prevent the family members from meeting him? What really has happened? What do you all suspect at this stage?
No, they haven't allowed anybody to meet him for 8 months on the specific date. As I said, the only time we were able to meet him was because our lawyers refused to participate in a court hearing in jail unless the family or media was not allowed, because that's an open court hearing. But the media, they controlled, and then Imran Khan would send message out to the family. So when the message came out, it is basically to prevent his voice from being heard outside. So people wait for his message. And his messages are in his tweets. If you go through his tweets in the past several months, those are the reasons that they've basically trying to silence his voice.
Is it also true, because some reports suggest that the Pakistani government wants to seize power in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and that's where they're losing out? Do you believe that that could be other reason why pressure is also being built on the PTI right now?
Of course, when you think why Khyber Pakhtunkhwa? So they just need the election commission for that. So they can convict anybody. They have basically collapsed the complete judicial system. Several judges Supreme Court have resigned. If you are not aware of it, 4 or 5 judges in protest have resigned from the Supreme Court. So when they've created enough fear. The judges have absolutely no role. They're given orders and they implement whatever they're told. So at the moment, there is no legal recourse for anybody actually. So, and I will repeat it again, it's not sustainable. And when you give yourself immunity, it's because there is a lot of fear. I have 60-70 cases on me. I mean, they can slap a case on anybody and put them behind bars. If there is no law.
The Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Sohail Afridi, has requested PTI Secretary General Salman Akram Raja to ensure that party members protest outside Islamabad High Court and jail for the delay in the case hearing. With protests spreading and political tensions rising, all eyes remain on Adiala Jail and the courts in Islamabad for more important information in the case.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 days after 16-year-old national player Hardik Rathi was crushed to death by a rusted pole in Haryana sports nursery, the outrage is only growing. CCTV ignored. Complaints and even a warning letter from June 2025 have now exposed the shocking negligence. The district sports officer is suspended, the nursery sealed, and a high-level meeting has been called tomorrow. Hardik's father calls it murder. The court says that the warnings were ignored. Here is the full report on how death by negligence took the life of this 16-year-old national-level basketball player.
2 days after 16-year-old national basketball player Hardik Rathi was killed when a rusted pole collapsed on him in Rohtak, outrage continues to erupt across the country. On Thursday, the government initiated an urgent statewide safety review. Haryana Sports Minister Gaurav Gautam has taken strong cognizance of the case. The Rohtak district sports officer stands suspended and the entire basketball nursery has been shut. Hardik was practicing alone on Tuesday. CCTV shows him leaping for routine drills. Seconds later, the corroded iron pole snaps and crashes onto his chest. Hardik's father is inconsolable. Locals say this pole was reported multiple times, complaints ignored, and a promising 16-year-old paid with his life.
मैडम मेरी सरकार से यही मांग है कि हमारे गांव में एक इंडोर स्टेडियम हो जो मेरे बेटे के नाम हार्दिक के नाम हो ताकि बच्चे यहाँ पर इंटरनेशनल लेवल की प्रैक्टिस कर सके समय पर उसे मेंटेन करने का पैसा मिलता रहे ताकि उसे दोबारा जब ऐसा ना हो। मैं तो सरकार से यही गुजारिश करता हूँ कि जो मेरे बेटे के साथ हुआ इस देश के बेटे के साथ हुआ आगे किसी बेटे के साथ ना हो। सरकार समय पर अपना कदम उठाए, समय पर प्रशासन अपना काम करे, समय पर अपनी मरम्मत कराए ताकि आने वाला और कोई प्लेयर है वो अपनी जान ना गवा सके।
During an exclusive interaction with Republic TV, Hardik's coach Mohit Rathi shows a June 2025 letter written to the sports minister requesting urgent upgrade of the ground and infrastructure, a letter that was never acted upon.
जी हमने 4 साल पहले दीपेंद्र जी पीएम जी आए थे जी हमारे पास, तो जी हमने उनको बोला था जी कि हमको चाहिए, हमारे पास ऑन रिकॉर्ड है जी 7/11/2023 को पीएम दीपेंद्र जी ने हमको कोटे से पीएम कोटे से 12,30,000 रुपए दिए थे जी, एमपी कोटे से जी, और जी 26/6/2025 को एमपी कोटे से जी 6,20,000 रुपए दिए थे जी। हमारे ग्राउंड पे एक भी रुपए नहीं लगा जी, टोटल 18.5 लाख रुपए हो गए जी।
This letter being proof that the danger was known, but no corrective step was taken. And this isn't the only tragedy. Just 48 hours earlier, another player, 15-year-old Aman, died in Bahadurgarh in the same manner.
हम सभी चेक करवाने लग रहे हैं। वैसे ये जो पोल लगे हुए हैं काफ़ी पुराने समय के लगे हुए हैं, इनको रिप्लेस करने का समय तो हो ही चुका काफ़ी टाइम से। जितने भी ग्राउंड है, जितने भी इक्विपमेंट है, सभी की चेकिंग करवाएंगे और जो खराब है उनको निकलवा देंगे और डिपार्टमेंट से उसके लिए नए पोल लगवाने के लिए उनका बजट मांगेंगे।
2 young athletes dead. Same cause, same negligence.
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के प्रति बेरुखी नहीं है, ये लापरवाही भी है और ये आपराधिक लापरवाही है। खुद कुछ आपने बजट दिया नहीं 11 साल से सरकार के बाद, और जब ये मेरे पास बात आई तो 3 साल पहले मैंने एमपी कोटा भी इसमें जारी किया कि यहाँ पे एमपी कोटे से ये इस पे कार्य हो, लेकिन 3 साल से फाइलों में घुमा दिया, एमपी कोटे को भी नहीं लगने दिया।
Haryana calls itself the sports capital of India, but back-to-back deaths have exposed a dangerous collapse of safety standards. Parents, players and coaches are furious, demanding criminal accountability, not just suspensions. It is clear that both deaths were preventable with basic inspections and timely repairs. 2 teenagers, 2 shattered families, and a system that failed them. Republic demands justice for Hardik Rathi and every young athlete who steps onto the court to dream.
And what is called as a big leap in space, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today unveiled India's first private orbital rocket Vikram 1, developed by the Hyderabad headquartered space startup Skyroot. Now, the company had developed powerhouse motor Kalam 1200 for Vikram 1, infused with ability to lift it. Let's have a detailed look into how this could be a game changer for India.
Prime Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Sky Route Aerospace's Infinity Campus in Hyderabad, unveiling Vikram 1. It is recognized as India's first privately developed orbital launch vehicle capable of placing satellites into orbit. Vikram 1 is a technological marvel designed to carry payloads of around 300 kgs to low Earth orbit. The Vikram series, named after Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, has been developed to capture the multi-million-dollar small satellite launch market. Addressing the event virtually, the Prime Minister said that the country is witnessing an unprecedented opportunity in the space sector.
साथियों, आज देश स्पेस सेक्टर में एक अभूतपूर्व अवसर का साक्षी बन रहा है। आज भारत के स्पेस इकोसिस्टम में प्राइवेट सेक्टर बड़ी उड़ान भर रहा है।
He also recalled the earlier times when parts of a rocket were carried on a cycle.
वो भी एक जमाना था, एक साइकिल पर रॉकेट का हिस्सा ले जाने से लेकर दुनिया के सबसे भरोसेमंद लॉन्च व्हीकल तक भारत ने सिद्ध किया है कि सपनों की ऊंचाई संसाधन से नहीं, संकल्प से तय होती है।
At the inauguration, he praised India's youth for utilizing every opportunity.
भारत का युवा देश हित को सर्वोपरि रखकर चलता है। वो हर अवसर का सही इस्तेमाल करता है।
The Prime Minister also highlighted how India's private space talent is making its mark globally.
भारत का प्राइवेट स्पेस टैलेंट पूरी दुनिया में अपनी अलग पहचान बना रहा है। आज ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए भारत का स्पेस सेक्टर एक अट्रैक्टिव डेस्टिनेशन बन रहा है।
The inauguration of Sky Route Aerospace's Infinity Campus while unveiling Vikram 1 is a proud moment for India as it places the country among the global leaders in satellite deployment technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a major churn in Karnataka Congress. Let's call it the leadership crisis. This, with the winter session just days away, the party high command is just racing against time to settle the leadership questions. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has signalled that final discussions will take place with Rahul Gandhi and both factions headed by Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar respectively. Amid internal huddle, secret meetings and pressure from the community groups, the battle for the Chief Minister's chair has intensified like never before.
Mallikarjun Kharge's intention to call all leaders for discussions was clearly conveyed. It was stated by him that Rahul Gandhi would also be present in the meeting to resolve the political deadlock.
मैं इन सबको बुला के चर्चा करता हूं, उस चर्चे में राहुल गांधी भी रहेंगे.
The Congress chief emphasized that the High Command is not one person, but a team that will take a collective decision. This statement comes as the Vocaliga Association prepares to pass a resolution demanding that DK Shivkumar be made Chief Minister. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivkumar is mounting a powerful show of strength. He has met MLAs, held closed-door talks with Satish Jarkiholi and placed his claim before the High Command. DKS also wants Sears to not create confusion, saying internal matters should remain within the party.
ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಅಂತ ಈಗೇನೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಮಾತು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಾತು ಆಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದೇ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಪವರ್ ಅದು. ಒಬ್ಬ ಜಡ್ಜಿ ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಕೊಡಲಿ, ನಾನು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ನೀವು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾತಾಗಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್. ಆ ಪವರ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
DK Shivkumar sharpened his message today as he said,
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿರೋರು ಈ ಚೇರ್ ಬೆಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಕುರ್ಚಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೋಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಚೇರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಿಂತವ್ರು ಇರೋರು. ನೋಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ 2 ಚೇರ್ ಇದೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಚೇರ್ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತವ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ. MLAಗಳು, MP ಆಗಿದ್ದವರು, ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತವ್ರೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಚೇರ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಇವ್ರು ನಿಂತವ್ರು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಚೇರು ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ.
Hours later, he posted a cryptic line on Facebook.
Power tussle in Karnataka, the Kissa Kursi ka refuses to stop. Now, DK Shivkumar ji, who has spoken about secret deal being there and 5 to 6 people knowing about the secret deal for CM that was made with him, says that word power is world power. He says it in a cryptic tweet, saying that the most important thing in the world is to keep one's word. Whom is he hinting at? Is this message to those who made the secret deal with him?
At this moment, a high-level meeting is underway at CM Siddaramaya's residence. Senior Minister Satish Jarkiholi, Mahadevappa, Parmeshwara, K.N. Rajanna, Santosh Lad, B.K. Hariprasad and K. Venkatesh have all gathered.
Amidst the chaos of power tussle in the state of Karnataka, there are various other political developments that have been happening in the state of Karnataka for the last couple of days. Today, we have very clearly seen some of the closest aides and loyalists of CM Siddaramaiah who met in his official residence. Dr. G. Parameshwara, H.C. Mahadevappa, Satish Jarkiholi, K.N. Rajanna, Santosh Lad and various other MLAs who are the loyalists of Siddaramaiah met at CM Siddaramaiah's house to discuss on how anti-party activities are being conducted by DCM DK Shivkumar. Because DCM DK Shivkumar had visited Parappana Agrahara and it is allegedly believed that he took the signature of the 3 MLAs of his party to show the High Command that the MLAs are in support of DK Shivkumar.
What will the High Command decide? Will they side with DK Shivkumar or will Siddaramaiah win the game?
And in what is making international headlines, 2 United States National Guard soldiers remain critical after being ambushed just blocks away from the White House in Washington, D.C. The attacker, identified as an Afghan national, is now in custody. The shooting has triggered a sweeping crackdown with all Afghanistan-related immigration requests halted across the United States. Here's all that happened throughout the day.
A tense evening in the heart of Washington, D.C., just 3 blocks from the White House. A routine National Guard patrol turned into chaos when a gunman opened fire at close range on 2 soldiers. The guards deployed under the president's city security plan were critically injured. Fellow soldiers retaliated immediately, shooting and subduing the attacker. Investigators have identified the suspect as 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakhanwal, an Afghan national who entered the United States under a special resettlement program. Within hours, the incident exploded into a major political flashpoint, reigniting a politically charged debate over Afghan refugees and special immigration protections introduced after the Taliban takeover. President Donald Trump called it an act of terror and launched an unprecedented crackdown.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard and their families.
Washington has now frozen all immigration, asylum and visa requests from Afghan nationals pending a full security review.
The last administration let in 20 million unknown and unvetted foreigners from all over the world, from places that you don't want to even know about. We're not going to put up with these kind of assaults on law and order by people who shouldn't even be in our country. We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden
and we must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country.
American security agencies are also re-auditing Afghan entries made after the 2021 Kabul evacuation, calling the earlier vetting flawed. The administration insists the freeze is essential after what officials describe as a targeted ambush on American soldiers. Meanwhile, security has been stepped up across Washington. An additional 500 National Guard members are now being deployed in the capital. As investigators search for a motive, the US capital remains on high alert, and Afghan immigration to America now hangs in limbo.
A massive tragedy has struck Hong Kong. A furious fire tore through a cluster of high-rise residential towers in Tai Po, killing at least 44 people and injuring many others. Hundreds have been evacuated as emergency teams battle flames, falling debris and collapsing bamboo scaffolding. Here's the full report on how 279 people are still reported missing.
A raging inferno engulfed a high-rise housing complex in Hong Kong's Tai Po district on Wednesday, with an updated death toll as of today amounting to over 55 people dead and leaving more than 45 others injured. What started as a mid-afternoon blaze quickly escalated as flames raced upward through the bamboo scaffolding wrapped around the building. The fire, fueled by wind and construction netting, was spread across 7 residential towers. Authorities say the fire was upgraded to a level 5 alarm, the highest category in Hong Kong. Hundreds of firefighters and paramedics rushed into action by late evening Wednesday, with around 128 fire trucks and 57 ambulances deployed as calls for help flooded emergency lines. Around 767 firefighters were engaged in the operation.
The Fire Services Department so far handled 28 casualties. And among the 28 casualties, 9 were certified dead at scene, and 6 of them are found serious and conveyed to the hospital. And at the hospital, they are later on certified dead. 4 of them certified dead.
Officials say at least 700 people have been evacuated to temporary shelters as firefighters battle the blaze into the night.
We encounter particular difficulties in several areas, like the fire is spreading quickly to nearby buildings, debris and stuff.
MDH की देगी मिर्च का तड़का अंग अंग फड़का MDH की देगी मिर्च.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात. वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है. अरे मेरे राजा राजा और प्योर मसाला. केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे. दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे. केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी. अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने, सब कुछ मजेदार बने. MDH.
Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions between China and Japan have risen over Taiwan's security. Japan has signaled it may intervene in a potential conflict, viewing it as a threat to its own stability. China condemned this as meddling, issuing strong warnings and summoning diplomats. This conflict started when Japan's newly appointed Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, issued a direct warning to China during a session of the country's parliament. She stated that a conflict in the Taiwan
The Republic Business India Economic Summit returns on the 28th of November 2025, live from the Republic Media Network headquarters in Noida. This year, we spotlight a defining idea shaping our future, India's global moment, a day full of insight, leadership and decisive conversations that map India's role on the global stage. Join us only on Republic. Let's now get started with the headlines. And it's a Republic World exclusive. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan's sister Alima Khan speaks on showdown outside the Adiala jail. Imran's sister Alima Khan makes a big claim, says Army Chief Asim Munir is responsible for the country's situation. He's calling the shots. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister reaches Adiala jail, says PTI workers must gherao outside Islamabad High Court until word on Imran is out. Massive political face-off between allies BJP and the Shiv Sena as BJP questions Shiv Sena leader over political raid overnight. Race for the Chief Minister post intensifies. AICC President Kharge calls the final decision will be taken in Delhi post meeting with the High Command. Starting this edition with some breaking news that's coming in. Sohail Afridi, the Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, has once again been prevented from meeting Imran Khan at the Adiala jail despite a court order from Islamabad High Court authorizing such visits. Afridi, who had repeatedly attempted to meet the jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan, described the repeated denials as a violation of the constitutional rule and warned that he may file a contempt petition against the jail authorities. That's the latest breaking news that we're tracking, ladies and gentlemen, on this edition. The war over Imran Khan is only intensifying. We also have a reaction from Sohail Afridi. Let's listen into that first.
जैसे कल से मीडिया पर चल रहा था कि हमारे लीडर हमारे कायद जनाब इमरान खान साहब की तबीयत ख़राब है या जो है जो अफवाहें चल रही थी, तो आज नेशनल मीडिया के साथ साथ जो है वो इंटरनेशनल मीडिया पर भी चल रहा है। तो हमारी तशवीश बढ़ गई है। पूरी पाकिस्तानी कौम इमरान खान साहब के हवाले से तशवीश में मुब्तला है। आज हम चाह रहे हैं कि हमारी मुलाकात हो, क्योंकि ये तशवीश मज़ीद बढ़ रही है और ये पूरे पाकिस्तान में जो है वो तमाम पाकिस्तानियों की टेंशन बढ़ा रही है। और जब टेंशन बढ़ती है तो फिर जो है वो पूरी कौम सड़कों पर आएगी। तो हम चाह रहे हैं कि आज हमारी मुलाकात हो जाए ताकि हम जो है अपने लीडर अपने कायद इमरान खान साहब से मिलें, उसकी सेहत दरियाफ्त करें, उससे बातें करें, तो हम कौम को भी फिर बताएं कि इमरान खान साहब अंदर किस हालत में है। तो अगर फ़र्ज़ करें ये हमें आज भी नहीं मिलाते तो अभी जो है हम यहाँ पर बैठे हैं और उसके बाद जो है फिर आगे डिसाइड करेंगे।
Gursimran, my colleague, is joining me live on the broadcast. On that note, Gursimran, everybody is asking just one question: where actually is Imran Khan?
Yes, that's very true that it's the entire PTI cadre that is asking, and the family members of Imran Khan that want to know that where Imran Khan is and what is his health situation. But there has not been any reply from the jail authorities of Adiala jail. And for the 8th consecutive time, Sohail Khan Afridi, who happens to be the Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, elected Chief Minister, he has been denied meeting with Imran Khan. Though this was despite the court's order, he was to meet Imran Khan, but he has been denied the same. And now there has been a detailed a plan of action that PTI has released via its KPK Chief Minister, in which it has been said that on Tuesdays they first will be going to the Islamabad High Court. Right. It is before 1 in the afternoon, and then post 1 they will be heading towards Adiala jail. And so is the case for every Friday for the CM KPK, who will be coming every Friday to meet Imran Khan.
Right, Gusaman, thank you very much for getting us those details. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, Republic is tracking every ground detail as speculation over the condition of Imran Khan grows. Here's the latest.
पख्तूनख्वा इस वक्त यहाँ अभी चाय पियेंगे कि उनको आगे नहीं जाने दिया गया। वज़ीर आला सुहेल अफरीदी इस वक्त पहुँच चुके हैं। वज़ीर आला की मुलाकात नहीं करवाई गई इमरान खान भी मौजूद हैं। इसके साथ साथ प्रेसिडेंट असम्बली के जो मिनिस्टर हैं वो भी वज़ीर आला के साथ मौजूद है। ये इस वक्त अडियाला जेल के मनाज़र हम आपको दिखाएं। गोरख नाके से कहते हैं, गोरख नाके के मुकाम पर पुलिस की भारी तादाद मौजूद है। लगता है कि आज भी वज़ीर आला की मुलाकात नहीं करवाई जाएगी। 8वीं मरतबा वज़ीर आला खैबर पख्तूनख्वा यहाँ पहुँचे हैं, लेकिन वज़ीर आला खैबर पख्तूनख्वा को ताहाल मुलाकात नहीं करवाई जा रही। इमरान खान साहब से मिलना चाहते हैं, KPK के हवाले से जो है वो चीज़ों को खान साहब से डिस्कस करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन ताहाल वज़ीर आला की मुलाकात इमरान खान साहब से नहीं करवाई जा रही। इमरान खान साहब से तकरीबन 8 माह हो गया, किसी की मुलाकात नहीं कराई जा रही। अडियाला जेल के ये बना।
Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled India's first private orbital rocket Vikram 1 developed by the Hyderabad headquartered space startup Skyroot. The company had developed powerhouse motor Kalam 1200 for Vikram 1 infused with ability to lift. Let's have a look at how this could be a game changer for India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Skyroot Aerospace's Infinity Campus in Hyderabad, unveiling Vikram 1. It is recognized as India's first privately developed orbital launch vehicle capable of placing satellites into orbit. Vikram 1 is a technological marvel designed to carry payloads of around 300 kgs to low Earth orbit. The Vikram series, named after Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, has been developed to capture the multi-million-dollar small satellite launch market. Addressing the event virtually, the Prime Minister said that the country is witnessing an unprecedented opportunity in the space sector.
साथियों, आज देश स्पेस सेक्टर में एक अभूतपूर्व अवसर का साक्षी बन रहा है। आज भारत के स्पेस इकोसिस्टम में प्राइवेट सेक्टर बड़ी उड़ान भर रहा है।
He also recalled the earlier times when parts of a rocket were carried on a cycle.
वो भी एक जमाना था, एक साइकिल पर रॉकेट का हिस्सा ले जाने से लेकर दुनिया के सबसे भरोसेमंद लॉन्च व्हीकल तक भारत ने सिद्ध किया है कि सपनों की ऊंचाई संसाधन से नहीं, संकल्प से तय होती है।
At the inauguration, he praised India's youth for utilizing every opportunity.
भारत का युवा देश हित को सर्वोपरि रखकर चलता है। वो हर अवसर का सही इस्तेमाल करता है।
The Prime Minister also highlighted how India's private space talent is making its mark globally.
भारत का प्राइवेट स्पेस टैलेंट पूरी दुनिया में अपनी अलग पहचान बना रहा है। आज ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए भारत का स्पेस सेक्टर एक अट्रैक्टिव डेस्टिनेशन बन रहा है।
The inauguration of Skyroot Aerospace's Infinity Campus while unveiling Vikram 1 is a proud moment for India as it places the country among the global leaders in satellite deployment technology.
2 days after 16-year-old national level basketball player Hardik Rathi was crushed to death by a rusted pole in Haryana Sports Nursery, the outrage is only growing. CCTV has been ignored, complaints and even a warning letter from June 2025 have now exposed shocking negligence. The district sports officer is suspended, the nursery is sealed and a high-level meeting has been called tomorrow. Hardik's father has called it a murder. The coach says that the warnings were ignored. Here's the full report while Republic is demanding justice for Hardik.
2 days after 16-year-old national basketball player Hardik Rathi was killed when a rusted pole collapsed on him in Rohtak, outrage continues to erupt across the country. On Thursday, the government initiated an urgent statewide safety review. Haryana Sports Minister Gaurav Gautam has taken strong cognizance of the case. The Rohtak district sports officer stands suspended and the entire basketball nursery has been shut. Hardik was practicing alone on Tuesday. CCTV shows him leaping for routine drills. Seconds later, the corroded iron pole snaps and crashes onto his chest. Hardik's father is inconsolable. Locals say this pole was reported multiple times, complaints ignored, and a promising 16-year-old paid with his life.
मैडम मेरी सरकार से यही मांग है कि हमारे गांव में एक इंडोर स्टेडियम हो जो मेरे बेटे के नाम हार्दिक के नाम हो ताकि बच्चे यहाँ पर इंटरनेशनल लेवल की प्रैक्टिस कर सके समय पर उसे मेंटेन करने का पैसा मिलता रहे ताकि उसे दोबारा जब ऐसा ना हो। मैं तो सरकार से यही गुजारिश करता हूँ कि जो मेरे बेटे के साथ हुआ इस देश के बेटे के साथ हुआ आगे किसी बेटे के साथ ना हो। सरकार समय पर अपना कदम उठाए, समय पर प्रशासन अपना काम करे, समय पर अपनी मरम्मत कराए ताकि आने वाला और कोई प्लेयर है वो अपनी जान ना गवा सके।
During an exclusive interaction with Republic TV, Hardik's coach Mohit Rathi shows a June 2025 letter written to the sports minister requesting urgent upgrade of the ground and infrastructure, a letter that was never acted upon.
जी हमने 4 साल पहले दीपेंद्र जी पीएम जी आए थे जी हमारे पास, तो जी हमने उनको बोला था जी कि हमको चाहिए, हम हमारे पास ऑन रिकॉर्ड है जी 7/11/2023 को पीएम दीपेंद्र जी ने हमको कोटे से पीएम कोटे से 12,30,000 रुपए दिए थे जी, एमपी कोटे से जी, और जी 26/6/2025 को एमपी कोटे से जी 6,20,000 रुपए दिए थे जी। हमारे ग्राउंड पे एक भी रुपए नहीं लगा, जिस टोटल 18.5 लाख रुपए हो गए जी।
This letter being proof that the danger was known, but no corrective step was taken. And this isn't the only tragedy. Just 48 hours earlier, another player, 15-year-old Aman, died in Bahadurgarh in the same manner.
हम सभी चेक करवाने लग रहे हैं। वैसे ये जो पोल लगे हुए हैं काफ़ी पुराने समय के लगे हुए हैं, इनको रिप्लेस करने का समय तो हो ही चुका काफ़ी टाइम से। जितने भी ग्राउंड है, जितने भी इक्विपमेंट है, सभी की चेकिंग करवाएंगे और जो खराब है उनको निकलवा देंगे और डिपार्टमेंट से उनके लिए नए पोल लगवाने के लिए उनका बजट मांगेंगे।
2 young athletes dead. Same cause, same negligence.
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के प्रति बेरुखी नहीं है, ये लापरवाही भी है और ये आपराधिक लापरवाही है। खुद कुछ आपने बजट दिया नहीं 11 साल से सरकार के बाद, और जब ये मेरे पास बात आई तो 3 साल पहले मैंने एमपी कोटा भी इसमें जारी किया कि यहाँ पे एमपी कोटे से ये इस पे कार्य हो, लेकिन 3 साल से फाइलों में घुमा दिया, एमपी कोटे को भी नहीं लगने दिया।
Haryana calls itself the sports capital of India, but back-to-back deaths have exposed a dangerous collapse of safety standards. Parents, players and coaches are furious, demanding criminal accountability, not just suspensions. It is clear that both deaths were preventable with basic inspections and timely repairs. 2 teenagers, 2 shattered families, and a system that failed them. Republic demands justice for Hardik Rathi and every young athlete who steps onto the court to dream.
Exercise Ajaya Warrior is a bilateral military drill conducted between the Indian Army and the British Army to strengthen cooperation, interoperability and combat readiness. This year, the exercise is being held at the Mahajan Field Firing Ranges in Rajasthan. The drill brings together soldiers from the Indian Army's Sikh Regiment and troops from the British Army, reflecting the historic ties and shared traditions of both forces.
The soldiers of India and the British Army are roaring together in Rajasthan, where the 8th edition of Exercise Ajay Warrior is underway, bringing Sikh warriors and Gurkha fighters into one powerful training ground. Exercise Ajay Warrior is a biennial joint military exercise between the Indian Army and the British Army, conducted alternately in India and the United Kingdom since its inception in 2013. The 8th edition, designated Ajay Warrior 2025, is undergoing at the Mahajan Field Firing Ranges in Rajasthan, India. The exercise involves 120 personnel from the 1st Battalion, the Sikh Regiment of the Indian Army, and an equal number from the 2nd Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles of the British Army, supported by elements from artillery, engineers, signals, aviation and medical units of both armies. The primary purpose of Ajay Warrior is to enhance interoperability between the two forces at the company and battalion level in the conduct of sub-conventional operations under a United Nations Chapter 7 mandate. The current edition focuses on counter-terrorism operations in a semi-urban environment, reflecting the contemporary security challenges faced by both nations in diverse theaters, including urban insurgency and hybrid warfare scenarios. The exercise is structured in two phases. The first emphasizes joint planning, familiarization with each other's equipment and tactical procedures, and basic field craft. The second progresses to validation through live fire tactical drills and complex battle simulations. Training activities include reconnaissance using unmanned aerial vehicles, establishment of surveillance and observation posts, sniper employment in build-up areas, room intervention and close-quarter battle techniques, heliborne operations, and rapid assault on objectives. The scenario envisages a joint force operating against a mix of regular and irregular threats in a semi-desert town, requiring seamless coordination in command, control, intelligence sharing, and fire support. Among the platforms and weapons in use, the Indian contingent employs SIG 716 assault rifle, Negev 7.62mm light machine gun, Carl Gustav 84mm rocket launcher, various marks of sniper rifles including Vidhwansak 12.7mm anti-material rifle, and the latest swarm and FPV drones for reconnaissance and precision strikes. The British contingent utilizes the SA-80A3 rifle, L129A1 sharpshooter rifle, L7A2 general-purpose machine gun, NLAW anti-tank guided missile, and their own tactical UAVs. Joint use of Indian Army Dhruv advanced light helicopters for insertion and casualty evacuation, as well as shared artillery fire planning using 105mm light guns and 81mm mortars, forms a critical component of the training matrix. The choice of the Sikh Regiment and the Royal Gurkha Rifles traces their origins to the British Indian Army and have fought alongside each other in both world wars, Malaya, Borneo, the Falklands, and Afghanistan. Their shared martial traditions and mutual respect provide a natural foundation for rapid cohesion during training. The desert terrain of Mahajan, with its combination of open sand dunes and simulated villages, replicates conditions encountered in parts of West Asia and Africa, where both nations have deployed on UN or coalition missions. Strategically, Ajay Warrior strengthens the defense pillar of the India-United Kingdom Comprehensive Strategic Partnership formalized in 2021 and reinforced through the 2030 roadmap. It enables exchange of contemporary tactics in counterinsurgency and counter-terrorism, familiarization with next-generation equipment, and refinement of standard operating procedures for multinational operations. The exercise also facilitates professional interaction at the junior leadership level, building personal networks that prove invaluable during actual coalition deployments. At a time when both countries are expanding their global security roles, India through its permanent membership bid at the UN Security Council and the UK through its Indo-Pacific tilt, the ability of their armies to operate together effectively assumes greater significance. The successful conduct of Ajay Warrior 2025 therefore contributes directly to enhancing joint readiness for future contingencies under UN or bilateral frameworks, while reinforcing a partnership rooted in shared history and converging strategic interests.
With that, it's time for us to now slip into a short break. After the break, getting you the full conversation, a Republic World super exclusive where we have spoken to Imran Khan's sister and she has some startling revelations to make.
बड़े बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा।
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested, they would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का। उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं।
Investigators have identified Maulvi Irfan Wagha, also known as Imam Irfan, from Shopian in South Kashmir, as the mastermind who blended his dual identity, that of a preacher and healthcare worker, to influence and radicalize the educated youth.
TVS Motor Company presents the Republic Business India Economic Summit on the 28th of November 2025, live from Republic Media Network headquarters in Noida. This year, we spotlight a defining idea shaping our future, India's global moment. A full day of insight, leadership and decisive conversations that map India's role on the world stage. Join us only on Republic.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा। सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जलजीरा मसाला।
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions between China and Japan have risen over Taiwan's security. Japan has signaled it may intervene in a potential conflict, viewing it as a threat to its own stability. China condemned this as meddling, issuing strong warnings and summoning diplomats. This conflict started when Japan's newly appointed Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, issued a direct warning to China during a session of the country's parliament. She stated that a conflict in the Taiwan Strait could represent a survival-threatening situation for Japan, implying that Tokyo might need to intervene militarily to protect its interests. This marked a bold escalation in Japan's stance on the Taiwan issue, signaling readiness to support Taiwan against potential Chinese action. Takaichi's comments, delivered amid rising...
Hi, I'm Sangeeta Reddy, Joint Managing Director, Apollo Hospitals Enterprise Limited. And it is my pleasure to be participating in the Republic TV India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business. Healthcare is one of the largest sectors in the world and indeed a critical sector when it comes to the health and the happiness of people. You can't enjoy your business unless you have your health intact. So come hear more about health, the economy, and India on the move. I look forward to seeing you there at the India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business on November 28th.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ, 8 मिनट में तैयार, क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested, they would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का। उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं।
Investigators have identified Maulvi Irfan Wagha, also known as Imam Irfan, from Shopian in South Kashmir, as the mastermind who blended his dual identity, that of a preacher and healthcare worker, to influence and radicalize the educated youth.
The accusation against him is completely baseless. He had been there for 7 years, offering prayers, conducting religious classes, and teaching children at the religious center. He would come only occasionally.
We had no idea about the allegations against him, but we don't believe them. He is a good person. We don't know anything else.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
and gives away the details of the truth inside Pakistan. That and more coming up on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the headlines. Sensational 22-minute interview of Imran Khan's sister on Republic. She gives away the details of what's going on in Pakistan and with Imran Khan. Asim Munir calling the shots, says Imran Khan's sister Alima Khan. Says the new field marshal, now CDS, is extremely scared and is hiding the truth. Imran Khan's sister reveals details never spoken of before. Talks about US State Department official Donald Lu sending a cipher asking for regime change in Pakistan. More details coming out in that explosive interview. She says her brother was targeted for going to Russia and asking for oil and talking about trade. Explosive interview on what is going on inside Pakistan coming up. It's a Republic World exclusive, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time. And we've been reporting on Imran Khan and what is happening with Imran Khan. There are reports saying all's not well and his health condition may have deteriorated. Some reports, unsubstantiated, claiming that he may have died, but we are not backing those reports. We are saying we are going purely by the reporting, and we don't know what is going on with Imran Khan. The Pakistan government is silent on Imran Khan. The Pakistan army is hiding something on Imran Khan. So we tried to speak to the sister of Imran Khan, Alima, in a 23-minute exclusive interview with Republic TV's Deputy Executive Editor Shravan Sen. Alima went on to detail what is going on within Pakistan for the first time, opening up on how Asim Munir is calling the shots, on how Asim Munir is responsible for the state of affairs, talking about how Imran Khan helped America then and later was backstabbed, saying that Asim Munir does not want the words Imran Khan mentioned in the media. It's an explosive interview, one that will make more headlines in Pakistan than in India itself. I don't think she will get a chance to speak in the media in Pakistan. But we try to get the details of what happened to Imran Khan. And this is the first part. I'd like to play out the interview. This is Alima Khan, Imran Khan's sister, to Republic.
What has really happened, because I'm given to understand that there were protests that was called by Imran Khan's family. What is the current condition of the former Prime Minister? Has there been any official word really coming in?
Well, they haven't allowed the family to meet him for several weeks. And that concerns us because we've got court orders that we should be allowed to meet him. The jail regulations say that we can meet him once a week. And court orders say that on every Tuesday, lawyers and family is supposed to meet Imran Khan. So why would they isolate him? So unless we do not raise our voice, they will completely isolate him from the world. And that is unconstitutional and illegal. So when we demand our rights, it's according to what is our legal right.
Ms. Khan,
so when we protested 8 days ago, we were just not even protesting. We said we won't leave from outside the jail, and we were about, I think, 400 meters away from the jail. And we are sitting on a footpath, and the police, they brought in policemen and they attacked us, my sister. They were dragging my 71-year-old sister on the road, and she passed out, and we are just thankful that she was not badly injured or she was in a bad state. So their behavior is as fascist as it can become, and if they think they're going to scare us, we don't scare that easily.
Ms. Khan, when was the last that you spoke to your brother, and what was his condition when you last met him?
He's in very good health. When we met him, my sister met him maybe 22 days ago. She was allowed, because we protested outside on the road, we sat on the road and we said, you will allow us to meet him. So they allowed my younger sister, Dr. Usma Khan, to meet him for 20 minutes on one Tuesday and then a month ago as well. So he was in very good health, but 20-minute meeting, no, he's got hundreds of cases. The lawyers have not been allowed to meet him. Over the past since March, so it's nearly, I would say about 9 months. The Tuesday is a regular date. We were able to meet him because there was a jail trial in court. There was a court trial in jail in the previous months. And because of the jail trial, our lawyers told the judge that he will not participate in the trial unless it's an open trial and the family is allowed to attend the trial. So because of the trial, we were able to meet our brother for several hours during those dates. So we were reassured because we were able to meet him. But once the trial stopped about 5-6 weeks ago, they are not allowing anyone to meet him. So how long do they think they can, if they think we are going to sit back and allow them to disappear from absolute sight, where we don't know what they want to do with him. So if we don't keep the pressure up, we have no faith in these people because they're so scared. They've just made the second amendment to the Constitution, which is individual specific. So it is shockingly individual specific.
Whom do you really
themselves immunities?
So whom do you really suspect here? Because
listen, let me tell you, they've given themselves individual immunities, which doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Nowhere in the world. Even a king doesn't have immunity. So the president has given himself immunity for life, meaning that you can plunder, kill, whatever, but you are immune from any prosecution. The field marshal has given himself immunity. He's a government employee, and he's given himself immunity. And supposedly the prime minister gave himself immunity. Unfortunately, that immunity was withdrawn from the prime minister because they realized that would apply to Imran Khan as well. So the prime minister's immunity was withdrawn. So when you're doing things become person specific, then you are basically letting your whole country know how scared you are.
And in this part of the interview, she goes on to talk about and squarely attributes whatever is happening to Imran Khan to Asim Munir, the field marshal and now the CDS. In fact, as of today, Asim Munir has taken over the reins of Pakistan. And she even says in one part of this conversation, in this interview, that when she spoke to Shehbaz Sharif once, Shehbaz Sharif told her that he had to get permission, trying to imply that even Shehbaz Sharif, the so-called Prime Minister of Pakistan, had to get the permission of the Pakistan army. It's happening. Take a listen.
Who's really responsible?
Pakistan is going.
Right. Ms. Khan, you were talking about the immunity that has been granted to the Field Marshal, who's technically also going to be the Chief of Defence Force, which means for lifetime he's got almost immunity. Do you believe that Imran Khan is now becoming a threat to the Field Marshal here and the Pakistani army could be really behind this?
Imran Khan has always spoken about three things. When he's asked for protest, when he's asked his people to protest, he said, you stand up for your own rights. And he's always said, even the protest, the objectives of the protest was for the rule of law, for democracy, and for human rights. And he's always he's brought awareness to the people that you have a right in this country. 250 million people should have rights. And where have you ever heard of such immunities being given to themselves. It's not, you go above the law. So this is modern times with the population with 55-60% young population. And you're telling them that you're using a script from 5-6 decades old script in which there were times when you had dictators give themselves immunity. But obviously they haven't read history and what happens to such people. So if he's envisioning himself, Imran Khan always says everything is under Assam law. There are two names you are not allowed to take in public. One is Imran Khan and one is Asim Munir.
Okay.
Like if you take Imran Khan's name, it's banned from mainstream media. You can't show his picture, you cannot discuss him. So who's banning him? And the other person, if you say anything against him or you criticize him, is Asim Munir. That's it. So in such conditions, it's not sustainable.
Why suddenly would they prevent the family members from meeting him? What really has happened? What do you all suspect at this stage?
No, they haven't allowed anybody to meet him for 8 months on the specific date. As I said, the only time we were able to meet him was because our lawyers refused to participate in a court hearing in jail unless the family or media was not allowed, because that's an open court hearing. But the media, they controlled, and then Imran Khan would send message out to the family. So when the message came out, it is basically to prevent his voice from being heard outside. So people wait for his message. And his messages and his tweets, if you go through his tweets in the past several months, those are the reasons that they've basically trying to silence his voice.
Is it also true, because some reports suggest that the Pakistani government wants to seize power in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and that's where they're losing out? Do you believe that that could be other reason why pressure is also being built on the PTI right now?
Of course, when you think why Khyber Pakhtunkhwa? So they just need the election commission for that. So they can convict anybody. They have basically collapsed the complete judicial system. Several judges Supreme Court have resigned. If you are not aware of it, 4 or 5 judges in protest have resigned from the Supreme Court. So when they've created enough fear. The judges have absolutely no role. They're given orders and they implement whatever they're told. So at the moment, there is no legal recourse for anybody actually. So, and I will repeat it again, it's not sustainable. And when you give yourself immunity, it's because there is a lot of fear. I have 60, 70 cases on me. I mean, they can slap a case on anybody and put them behind bars. If there is no law.
Another big headline that comes out of this exclusive interview, it's a world exclusive with Imran Khan's sister, is where she directly makes a mention and points fingers at the US regime. Talking about how her brother Imran Khan helped America bring Taliban to power in Afghanistan. And after that, when Imran Khan went to Russia, she links his visit to Russia to the government in Pakistan falling down. Interestingly, she makes a mention of a man called Donald Lu. Donald Lu is a US State Department official whose name also came up when there were regime change operations as recently as 2024 in Bangladesh. She mentions Donald Lu and a secret note that the then army chief received. Listen in.
You were put behind bars last evening, and what was the reason that was given to you?
Well, no, I was in court, we told that I went out to speak to the media, and the police came and said, you know, you have to return to court. The judge wants you back. I said, I came out to speak to the media. I was going to come back, and they locked the gates of the court. And we asked, our lawyer protested to the judge that why was the police arresting her outside the jail premises, the court premises. So judge said, I never ordered for her to be arrested. So that even the judge, our charity that I'm a board member of, is the Shaukat Khanum Cancer Hospital and the university, Namal University. Because to ensure that I attended court, where our lawyers had challenged the jurisdiction of that court. It's an anti-terrorist court. And the case on me is that I brought Imran Khan's message to the media on the 22nd of November last year. So I am responsible for protests on the 26th of November. So this is the case. He wants to start the trial. Our lawyer challenged their jurisdiction. So they they blocked my passport, my identification card, my bank account. But then the state bank proceeded to block several accounts for the charities. So I went to court to say, why has the charity bank accounts been blocked? Because it's a cancer, people have to be treated for cancer. It's a charity institution. People pay as well, but 70% people are given free treatment. And 90% students at the university get scholarships. So the judge said, but listen to this. The judge said, I never ordered for these accounts to be sealed. So who's giving the orders for accounts to be sealed when the judge isn't? This is what I'm saying. I mean,
so whom do you suspect? Whom do you suspect is behind all of this?
Who's doing it? It's all under Asim Munir. The whole country knows it.
So you are saying Asim Munir is responsible for the current situation, for your brother being behind bars, and also information not being provided to you about his health condition?
Yes, because that's what the police says. When we go over there, the police says, we are helpless. The judge looks helpless. Everybody seems to be helpless right now.
Ms. Khan, can I also
then... We are on the other side of a barrel. We are on the other side of the barrel, basically, all of us.
Ms. Khan, is that why the Taliban has come out in support of Mr. Imran Khan?
The Taliban supported Imran Khan because he brought peace to that country. There is peace in that country, but there are always going to be fringe issues that they have and Pakistan has. But during Imran Khan's time, he sort of controlled what you call terrorism. Right now, it's reversed itself, and we are feeling the impact with suicide bombings, with border unrest. So, we are the ones who have to deal with it. We who live in this country will be the first ones to be concerned about it. And when Imran Khan's government was brought down, of course, if he points out that they received a cipher, at that time General Bajwa received a cipher from this person who was in charge, Donald Lu, in the State Department, and they proceeded to remove his government.
So you clearly saying that the West, Imran Khan has lost out?
No. Donald Lu sent a cipher, and Imran Khan faced a case in our courts along with the vice chairman, Shah Mahmood Qureshi, who was the foreign minister at that time, where he faced a death sentence for revealing the contents of the cipher, which was a message from the Pakistan ambassador about his meeting with Donald Lu. So it's a document. So my brother said that in that document, Donald Lu had said that we will not be upset if you support the no confidence vote or something. So we will be forgiving towards you. They were upset that he met.
Right.
They were upset that he met. He went to Russia for Pakistan to get oil and wheat for Pakistan. So,
what is your next plan of action, Ms. Khan?
No, listen. If you leave that aside, if anybody in the West, at least everybody says we support democracy, they say we support a rule of law. So it should be applicable across the board. So at the moment, to support a dictator, what's the message given to the public of that country? What message does that? It's not about Imran Khan, he's isolated in jail. But generally across any country, you can't say democracy for one country and not for the other. So this is something that there is going to be adjustment globally, that you have to stand on principles rather than preferences, what suits whoever at that time. But at the moment, we do know that our brother is in jail. Personally, we'll tell you, 2.5 years. He's in jail on cooked up charges. They had offered that he can leave the country and all charges will be dropped. He said, I'll face my case.
And this offer came from whom?
Myself. From the establishment. Indirectly, messages have been sent to him. Messages were given to us indirectly. People sort of approach us and say, he should sort this out. And he should sort of agree to what is being offered, like keep quiet, don't do politics, do not say anything against, let this rigged government continue. So, or leave the country. These are various offers that we've been, not directly, but indirectly, we have been given these messages. And so has Imran Khan. So what's the point? Are you saying that you keep your mouth shut and then we let you out of jail and never open your mouth again? What is this? So what he's fighting for is not for himself. He's in jail for his people. And everybody in Pakistan realizes that.
What is the next course of action?
When you've got 85% people standing behind you, what do you think? What's the democratic process? What is the democratic process?
But there is no democracy in Pakistan right now. So what is the future course of action?
People will have to fight for it. Then people will fight for their rights. That's what he told them. That's what happens in any country, whether it's the West. This is how everybody did it. It's a process of evolution. And it will follow its course.
Right.
So I don't have answers for it. We are fighting for our brother. We will continue to fight for him. They will most probably put us in jail. They give us threats. We do receive threats that if you're not careful, there will be an accident on the road.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जलजीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जलजीरा जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जलजीरा जीरा सिप। थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, ये हिट तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, मसाला।
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions between China and Japan have risen over Taiwan's security. Japan has signaled it may intervene in a potential conflict, viewing it as a threat to its own stability. China condemned this as meddling, issuing strong warnings and summoning diplomats. This conflict started when Japan's newly appointed Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, issued a direct warning.
Hi, this is Sandeep Sekar, AD and CEO, Nippon India Mutual Fund. And I'm very excited to be part of India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business happening on 28th of November 2025 at Republic Headquarters in Noida. See you there.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School, Bengaluru.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा, मसाला।
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested. They would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today, we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का। उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
From your smartphones to your smart televisions, trending stories are always breaking the internet. Tonight we have lined up for you a slew of stories piping hot and fast on the internet. We begin with a heartwarming story as star cricketer Jemima Rodriguez places friendship above all, backing out of the WBBL series and staying back in India with Smriti Mandhana instead. And on the other hand, we have Kapil Sharma breaking the internet at long last, breaking his silence on the repeated instances of firing at his Vancouver cafe. And let's not forget The Gen Zs are particularly in a good mood today, with Prime Minister Modi complimenting the younger generation at the Infinity Campus opening. We have this and a lot more packed in this episode for you tonight. I am Oyana and this is Trending. Viewers, Indian Women's World Cup hero Jemimah Rodriguez has withdrawn from the remainder of the Women's Big Bash League season, choosing to stay home instead. Jemimah had flown to India 10 days ago after Brisbane Heat's match against Hobart Hurricanes for what was supposed to be a brief pre-arranged trip for her close friend and fellow cricketer Smriti Mandhana's wedding. Rodriguez was, per that schedule, set to rejoin her WBBL side this week, but with the unforeseen circumstance of the wedding being indefinitely put on hold, Rodriguez requested a release, which the franchisee agreed to without any hesitation. Brisbane Heat CEO Terry Swenson, via a statement released by the club, is who officially made the announcement of Jemimah's WBBL release. His statement claimed that Jemimah requested the release so as to stay back in India to support Smriti in light of her father having taken ill and her wedding being postponed. Swenson also acknowledged the disappointment among fans, hoping to see more of Rodriguez, who was the club's top international draft pick this year and in her second stint with Brisbane, but emphasized that the franchisee's priority was her well-being. Now, the social media was swarmed with comments lauding Jemimah's spirit of friendship as she took such a monumental career decision, thinking of Smriti and to be with her into what is more than perceivably so a tough time. Social media had turned into a compliments fest as appreciation flowed in heaps directed at Jemimah as netizens shared their sympathies with Smriti and the rough time with her dad's health, wedding delay and the speculation suggesting groom to be Palash to have cheated on her. Viewers, actor, comedian and talk show host Kapil Sharma broke his silence at long last over the repeated attacks at his Canada cafe at a press event for his upcoming film Kis Kis Ko Pyar Karu 2. He spoke of lightly maintaining his poise and calm while speaking about the firing. He also shared an update on the legalities involved in the matter. The comedian even playfully revealed that his cafe sees a bigger opening after every firing incident.
तो ये इंसिडेंट कनाडा में हुआ, वैंकूवर में, और आई थिंक 3 बार वहां पे फायरिंग हुई और मे भी जो मुझे लगता है, आई थिंक वहां का थोड़ा जो रूल्स है वहां के, पुलिस के पास शायद इतनी पावर्स नहीं है कि वो उस चीज को कंट्रोल कर पाए. बट उसके बाद जब हमारा ये केस हुआ तो ये केस फेडरल में चला गया, जैसे हमारी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट होती है, वहां भी कनाडा की पार्लियामेंट की उसके ऊपर चर्चा हुई. मुझे तो लगता है कि ऊपर वाला जो करता है उसके पीछे की जो कहानी होती है हम नहीं समझ पाते, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोगों के मुझे फोन आए कि वहां पे ऑलरेडी ये सब बहुत कुछ चल रहा था, लेकिन आपके कैफे पे फायरिंग हुई, वो न्यूज बनी, तो अब जो है वहां की पुलिस, वहां का लॉ एंड ऑर्डर जो है वो उसमें काफी इम्प्रूवमेंट करने की तरफ उनके वो कदम बढ़ रहे हैं. सो आई थिंक और बाकी मैं कभी मुंबई में और अपनी कंट्री में तो कभी अनसेफ फील नहीं करता. हमारी मुंबई पुलिस जैसा कोई भी नहीं है. ठीक है, जितनी बार गोली चली वहां पे, उसके बाद हमें और बड़ी ओपनिंग लगी हमारे कैफे में.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है.
ऊपर वाला साथ है तो ठीक है. हर हर महादेव.
Viewers, Kapil Sharma's cafe in Canada was fired at 3 times in the last 4 months. The first attack was on the 10th of July this year when some employees were still inside, and the second on the 8th of August when at least 25 shots were fired, with 2 gangs, Gurpreet Singh alias Goldie Dhillon and Lawrence Bishnoi, in posts on social media claimed responsibility for the attacks. The latest came on the 16th of October, where at least half a dozen shots were fired at the cafe. And hot off the plate and straight to your screens, ladies and gentlemen, here are the hot trends of the day for you. Veteran actor Hema Malini penned an emotional note after Dharmendra's passing at the age of 89, calling him her everything and a devoted father. She said the loss feels indescribable, leaving a lifelong void. Married for 45 years, they starred in over 25 films together. And the mega blockbuster Sholay will be released on India on the 12th of December this year for its 50th anniversary. This new version, titled Sholay: The Final Cut, is a 4K restoration that includes the film's original uncensored ending that was cut from the 1975 release. The restored film will be shown on 1,500 screens across India. And once a liver, always a liver. Social media sensation Ori often gets himself being viral on the internet. One of those major moments when his quirky comments about being a liver went viral on the internet. He posed for the paparazzi wearing a t-shirt with the text, "I am a liver." An Indian cricketer Yuzvendra Chahal stunned fans with a stylish photo in a regal black outfit on Instagram, captioning, "Ready for marriage, just need a girl." The playful post has set the internet abuzz. And on Wednesday, Ori appeared before the Mumbai police in connection with a rupees 252 crore methadone drug seizure case. Pratik Smita Patil is celebrating his second engagement anniversary with his wife Priya Banerjee on the 26th of November this year. The couple got married on the 14th of February. This anniversary marks 2 years since Pratik proposed to Priya in 2023. And India very recently announced a notification for a likely missile test in the Bay of Bengal region to be conducted between the 6th of December and the 8th of December. According to the notification, a no-fly zone extending up to 1,480 kilometers will be active from 12:30 the 6th of December until 3:30 on the 8th of December. And a video of Mumbai police officer giving a chocolate to a 5-year-old girl after reuniting her with her mother has won people's hearts. According to a report, the cops earlier arrested 5 people in connection with the alleged kidnapping, including the kid's maternal uncle and aunt. Kimberly Guilfoyle, the United States ambassador to Greece, has raised eyebrows with her choice of outfit to a formal event. The former Fox News personality chose a black lace dress for a Thanksgiving gathering at the American Hellenic Chamber of Commerce. The semi-transparent outfit was slammed as inappropriate by many critics on social media. Tourists were forced to watch helplessly after their luggage was swept out to sea during a ferry ride in Thailand. Alice Zamparelli, one of the tourists on the ferry, captured now viral TikTok footage of suitcases dancing up and down on the water. And Instagram has introduced 2 Stranger Things-themed textiles for stories and reels as Netflix prepares to release the final season of the hit sci-fi drama. Instagram has introduced a timed visual update tied to Stranger Things, landing just as Netflix moves towards releasing the show's last season. A video from Bengaluru viewers has gone viral, showing a heated argument between a city auto driver and a couple, described online as non-native. The clip, widely shared on social media platform X, shows the woman speaking aggressively to the driver. At one point, she says in Hindi, "Aukat ahi hai tumhari," and uses abusive words, including an expletive and remarks aimed at Kannada. The reason behind the argument is still unclear from the footage. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met the victorious women's blind cricket team who won the inaugural Blind Women's T20 World Cup. A viewers, today was no less of a momentous occasion as the nation had its first Skyroot Space Infinity campus inaugurated today in Hyderabad. But the moment that took the internet by storm was Prime Minister Modi, who was virtually present for the inauguration, who stole the internet's hearts as he complimented the nation's Gen Z population. He in fact went on to say that Gen Z worldwide can look up to India's Gen Z as role models in the growing private space sector.
आज ये जेन जी इंजीनियर्स, जेन जी डिजाइनर्स, जेन जी कोडर्स और जेन जी साइंटिस्ट नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी बना रहे हैं। प्रोपल्सन सिस्टम हो, कंपोजिट मटेरियल्स हो, रॉकेट स्टेजेज हो, सैटेलाइट प्लेटफॉर्म्स हो, भारत का युवा आज उन क्षेत्रों में काम कर रहा है जिनकी कुछ साल पहले कल्पना भी संभव नहीं थी।
And while the internet swarmed with netizens, especially the Gen Z, as their nods in vehement agreement to the Prime Minister's stole praise. What was particularly heartwarming, however, was how social media also had reactions of agreement and praise come from the older generations as well. Fast, zippy, and exactly how they should be. Viewers, on your screens, the fast trends of the day. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle went on to shatter box office records across the globe, marking a major feat, having successfully fulfilled the criteria for the Oscars 2026. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is now eligible for consideration in the Best Animated Feature category. The Haruo Sotozaki directorial has made a significant impact, joining a list of 30 eligible titles. The final nominations will be announced on the 22nd of January 2026. And the Indian Air Force and French Air and Space Air Force are running exercise Garuda 2025 at Mont de Marsan Air Base in France from 16th of November to the 27th. Over 500 personnel and 25 aircraft, including India's Sukhoi 30 Mk-1 fighters and France's Rafale jets, practice their air combat formation flying and mid-air refueling. Joint briefings and ground exercises highlight seamless coordination, strengthening long-standing defense ties and interoperability. A video of a bride leading her own Bharat in Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj has gone viral, with social media users calling it one of the most memorable wedding moments of the season. The clip shows the bride seated in a carriage as her procession moved towards the wedding venue. While Tanu seems thrilled to lead her own Bharat, her father's happiness stood out just as much as he watched his long-held dream unfold on the streets of Prayagraj. The Supreme Court directed comedian Samay Raina and 4 others, that is Vipul Goyal, Balraj, Paramjeet Singh Ghai, Sonali Thakkar and Nishant Jagadish Tawar, to organize and broadcast at least 2 monthly events featuring inspiring stories from people with disabilities. The order came during a hearing on a petition by the Cure SMA Foundation, which objected to insensitive jokes about disabilities, including SMA and blindness, made on Raina's show India's Got Latent. Funds raised will support medical treatments for rare conditions, with the court viewing it as a way for influential figures to promote dignity and awareness. This follows August apologies ordered for the same remarks. South Africa Africa defeated India by 408 runs in the second test at Guwahati's ACA VDCA Stadium, securing a 2-0 series sweep and India's heaviest home test loss by runs. Bavuma remains unbeaten in 12 tests as skipper with 11 wins and 1 draw, capping a stellar year that included the World Test Championship title and a Pakistan victory. The result lifted South Africa to second in the 2025-27 standings, while India dropped to 5th, prompting questions about their test form amid a busy schedule ahead. In India, reactions focused on coaching and selections, though officials affirmed stability with no immediate changes. And viewers, a total of 73 Indian athletes, a total of 45 men and 28 women competed for medals across 11 sports at the Deaf Olympics 2025 held in Tokyo in Japan between the 15th and 26th of November. The Tokyo 2025 edition was the 25th Summer Deaf Olympics, 101 years after the inaugural edition was held in Paris in 1924, while over 3,000 athletes from more than 70 countries competed for medals in 21 sports. India, however, only competed in athletics, badminton, golf, judo, karate, shooting, swimming, table tennis, taekwondo, wrestling and tennis. India made their Deaf Olympics debut in 1965 and had won 52 medals at the multi-sport event heading into the 2025 edition. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his heartiest congratulations to India's Deaf Olympians today for their extraordinary performance at the 25th Summer Deaf Olympics 2025 in Tokyo. In fact, the Prime Minister complimented every athlete, every coach and support staff for their relentless efforts and commitment. He said that the entire nation is proud of their achievements, which have brought glory to India on the global stage. And ladies and gentlemen, we close this show tonight with new visuals that the Indian Army has released from exercise Mitra Shakti 2025. The footage shows coordinated tactical maneuvers under the UN mandate aimed at boosting interoperability, trust and combined capability in counter-terror and semi-urban operations.
I hope everyone is clear task.
Asim Munir completes takeover of Pakistan. Imran's sister exposes the truth about Pakistan. Imran missing, Munir consolidates. Pakistan's end near. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Hi, this is Sandeep Sekar, AD and CEO, Nippon India Mutual Fund, and I'm very excited to be part of India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business, happening on 28th of November 2025 at Republic Headquarters in Noida. See you there.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार. MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार. क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ. डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा. अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ. सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का.
MDH की देगी मिर्च. मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो.
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता. टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार. क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला.
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested. They would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का. उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं.
Battle lines drawn in Karnataka. High Command missing. Governance collapses. Fight for Chief Minister's chair escalates. Karnataka chaos. DKS Siddaramaiah fight in the open. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Hi, I'm Deepak Jayaraman, and I'm excited to be part of the India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business on the 28th of November 2025 at the Republic headquarters in Noida. Look forward to seeing you there.
Maharashtra suspense. Shinde joins hands with Congress. Shinde Sena allies with Congress against BJP. From poaching to poster war, what's brewing? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा।
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions between China and Japan have risen over Taiwan's security. Japan has signaled it may intervene in a potential conflict, viewing it as a threat to its own stability. China condemned this as meddling, issuing strong warnings and summoning diplomats. This conflict started when Japan's newly appointed Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, issued a direct warning to China during a session of the country's parliament. She stated that a conflict in the Taiwan Strait could represent a survival-threatening situation for Japan, implying that Tokyo might need to intervene militarily to protect its interests. This marked a bold escalation in Japan's stance on the Taiwan issue, signaling readiness to support Taiwan against potential Chinese action. Takaichi's comments, delivered amid rising regional tensions, prompted an immediate and sharp rebuke from Beijing, highlighting the fragile balance in East Asia and the risk of broader confrontation.
The remarks made by the Japanese leader on Taiwan constitute an interference in China's internal affairs and a serious violation of the One China principle and the basic norms governing international relations. Such words are extremely irresponsible and dangerous in
Battle lines drawn in Karnataka, High Command missing. Governance collapses, fight for Chief Minister's chair escalates. Karnataka chaos, DKS Siddaramaiah fight in the open. Debating tonight at 8 p.m. Asim Munir completes takeover of Pakistan. Imran's sister exposes the truth about Pakistan. Imran missing, Munir consolidates. Pakistan's end near. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Hi, I'm Sangeeta Reddy, Joint Managing Director, Apollo Hospitals Enterprise Limited. And it is my pleasure to be participating in the Republic TV India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business. Healthcare is one of the largest sectors in the world and indeed a critical sector when it comes to the health and the happiness of people. You can't enjoy your business unless you have your health intact. So come hear more about health, the economy, and India on the move. I look forward to seeing you there at the India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business on November 28th.
Maharashtra suspense. Shinde joins hands with Congress. Shinde Sena allies with Congress against BJP. From poaching to poster war, what's brewing? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
India's growth, if it has to get into a $5 trillion and subsequently a $10 trillion economy by 2047, has to be driven by the private sector. And the government role has to be just that of a facilitator and catalyst. And we have a very vibrant, dynamic private sector. We should just unleash the energy of the private sector by good policy decisions. That's important.
First year when I went to Shark Tank, I was not an investor. I didn't know how investment happens, what do investors look at, because I was busy building boat.
Correct.
I was busy building my company.
Which is a good thing.
And suddenly, the Shark Tank came in and I was supposed to be on the chair.
Yeah.
So I had
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
On the debate tonight, DK Shivakumar makes it absolutely clear. It's now or never. He has to be Chief Minister. Also on the show tonight, the political Game of Thrones goes on and takes a new twist, with the Eknath Shinde Sena tying up with the Congress for a local election. And at 9 o'clock this evening, Muni takes it all as Imran Khan's sister reveals everything, the inner story of the torture her brother is going through, exclusively to the public. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a huge political fight going on in Karnataka. And it's taking a quasi-philosophical turn. DK Shivakumar says that there was a promise that he would be made the Chief Minister 2.5 years into Siddaramaya's term. He says there was an agreement, an arrangement. There was a word that was given. Therefore, he started putting cryptic posts, ladies and gentlemen, saying word power is world power. And then he says the biggest force in the world is to keep one's word. He's reminding Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi that they and Siddaramaiah gave him a word to make him Chief Minister of Karnataka by the end of November 2025, and that time is now. And in response to that, Siddaramaiah puts out a tweet saying, our word to Karnataka is not a slogan, it means the world to us, indicating to DK Shivakumar that he's in no mood to go, that he's going to put up a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, these two people are fighting. In the middle of this, Siddaramaiah has also, according to sources who are telling me Siddaramaiah has suggested a way out, he said, listen, I'm not going to let DK Shivakumar become Chief Minister. I'm not going to keep anyone's word. I'm not going to vacate the chair, but I'm willing to vacate the chair if the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge is willing to be the Chief Minister of Karnataka. Now the reality is this, that Mallikarjun Kharge does not want to move from Delhi. He is happy being Congress President, even if that is a puppet presidency. So he's not coming. But the reality also is that Sonia Gandhi was present in the room when an agreement was made, when DK Shivakumar was told that if you agree to let Siddaramaiah take the first 2.5 years, you will get the next 2.5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the secret deal on the basis of which Siddaramaiah became Chief Minister. And that is why what is now being said, there are 5 or 6 people, according to sources, who know about the secret deal between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, which was brokered by none other than Sonia Gandhi today. And Sonia Gandhi apparently has gone to Dubai. For some reason, members of the Vadra Gandhi family are spending more and more time in Dubai, in Malaysia, in Colombia, in Italy, in Europe, everywhere across the world, ladies and gentlemen. Uzbekistan, Malaysia, but not India, not Bengaluru. As for Rahul Gandhi, he keeps traveling around the world. By the way, on an aside, I'd like to share with you that members of the Vadra Gandhi family increasingly are spending less time in India. New York, Colombia, Malaysia, South America, Uzbekistan, Bangkok is their perennial favorite, London, Italy, all over the world, but not in India. Anyway, coming back to Karnataka, the BJP has kept an open line to DKS. They know that DK Shivakumar is an ambitious man. That's JP Nadda, BJP leaders have said, keep a line open to him. If the Congress does not make him, if he rebels, then we could work with him. While Congress leaders trade their loyalties in Delhi corridors, a state once celebrated for its innovation, efficiency, for its modern infrastructure is crumbling in plain sight. It's all falling. Maximum power play, minimum governance. In fact, maximum power play, zero governance is what is happening in Karnataka. The revenue shortfall of 22,000 crore rupees this year alone. They have no money. They have no money. Projects are not happening. This infighting is all time consuming. The whole focus in Karnataka is who's going to be Chief Minister. Will DKS take over or not? Nothing happens. Airport metro delayed, Mysuru ring road delayed, projects delayed, no work happening. But everybody, these politicians are having a lot of fun. And the media is only reporting this non-stop, day in and day out. Viewers, this is the tragedy of the Congress party. The Vadra Gandhi family has realized in India that time is numbered. So more or less they are spending more time outside India. They become absentee landlords. The leaders within are fighting like among each other constantly. And Rahul Gandhi is nowhere to be seen. He's an absentee landlord in all this mess. When Bihar was heading to the elections, he decided to go to Colombia to spend time learning how to make Colombian coffee. When Bihar politics heated up, he decided that he needs to go on a holiday to Malaysia. When 3 major states went to the elections in 2021, he went to Uzbekistan. He's always traveling abroad. After the Congress party's worst ever defeat in 2019, he decided to spend time more and more in London. He did not attend the swearing in of the Chief Justice of India, and after the Congress party's 137th Foundation Day, he vanished again. Staying abroad, drinking coffee abroad, making coffee abroad, doing blogs, vlogs, behaving like a yuppie teenager is not good for a 57-year-old man who has certain responsibilities in India. It is quite tragic the situation of Rahul Gandhi. But more tragic than that, because Rahul Gandhi is incidental. What is fundamental and not incidental is what happens to governance. This ongoing battle, this circus